Living or avoiding dying. They're two completely different realms of possibility, right? Living is the experience of life. It's in this moment, you're having thoughts come to you, your body's experiencing feelings. This is your experience. Those that work with me know there are things that I say all the time. Notice what you're noticing. What's your experience? It's just an experience. So in that experience, are you contracting? Are you afraid to trust your own guidance about the person that you're coming in contact with? Right? Your guidance will let you know if that person is friend or foe. Your inner guidance will be able, if you spend time developing your superpower, will guide you to more of your heart's desires and more of what you truly want. So if you're focusing on avoiding dying, you're actually setting your GPS to say, I don't want to die. And you're coming into more situations where you're going to be confronted with that because that's kind of what you've set it up for. So for me, this whole narrative that's almost been going on a year now, right, in Canada and, in most of the places around the world where the lockdown first started in March, where we told everybody when it was on the global party on March 21st last year that this is going to go on longer than 2 weeks. This is your time to look within and start. This is much more going on than what you're being told. There's more that you don't know. And you can never know, right? Everybody has an opinion and everybody has a Facebook page, an Instagram post, a Snapchat, a TikTok. And what you're gravitating to and how you're experiencing your world is your experience. And so are you enjoying it? Are you liking your life? Some people are very content with just sitting on, the sofa all day long, right? And watching the news or scrolling through social media. That's okay, because that's the choice that they've made. Maybe, as I was speaking with someone yesterday, he got a thought that it was time to change. That was my thought too. There must be a difference in life. That was over 30 years ago. This can't be the way life is supposed to be. Always on the treadmill. Although I had a successful career and very great company and all the material perks and everything, it was unfulfilling. I was not living. I was, in a sense, avoiding dying, right? I was doing all the right things that I was told, but I felt empty inside. I felt like I couldn't trust the process of life. So for me, I made that shift. For this other gentleman yesterday, he made that shift. Everyone that has a different narrative and that says there's a 99.5% survival rate of this pandemic, this virus, is wanting to live their life. The ones that are focused on, oh my gosh, people are dying, are so afraid of living. They're avoiding dying. Two completely different narratives. And neither of them is right or wrong because that's what the person is experiencing. When I was in the narrative of on the gerbil wheel, that was so normal to me. If someone had told me that I could have my life differently, which I remember the first person that seeded that thought, I was just like, what are you talking about? Right? This is how life works. A plus B equals C. And when I discovered that there's more possibilities and some of the thoughts that come to me actually affect how my body feels and whether I'm diseased or disordered, then I started to pay more attention to me, than what was out there. So last night I was at a beautiful dinner, 10 people that we were unrelated. And the interesting thing is today, that would so-called be, I don't know what the word is. They're saying that the world is no more. So I'm like, what happened between yesterday and today that, the virus just came out at 12:01 at night, right? There's so many things that are laughable to me, but they might be serious to you. And so I want you to have your experience. And if that experience is bringing you joy and freedom and this, opening and expansion to life, then great. If you're feeling retracted and constricted and you want to blame everybody else for limiting your life, you're going to have that experience until you decide to change that experience. Because we're moving from victim to victor, from blaming other people to self-responsibility. That's the point of avoiding dying to living. Each of us consciously chooses when we realize we're conscious creators. We're actually creating our own world every day, but we're just unconscious about it. So we're just lots of times bringing our subconscious and doing the same thing over and over again. It's kind of what some people say is the definition of insanity. Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result, right? And that's just your experience, right? You're only gonna get it when you're only gonna get it. And everybody's gonna get it when they're gonna get it. And I would love it that snap, which I envision that in one moment, just like the sun rays come, everybody's heart just ignites and wakes up and goes, oh my gosh, I can't believe that I believe this, whatever it is you believe, and realize that that was constricting you, that was making you feel scared, that was making you feel vulnerable. And I know when there's so many people that have had such tragedy in their life, and some of those people are the strongest, most resilient people. Our ancestors fought in World War I, World War II. There's Rwanda, there's the wars in Slovakia, in Yugoslavia, that there's been wars that people have died to fight for freedom. And now most of the Western world, so many have just curled up in their homes and just said, okay, I won't go out and live. I'll watch businesses close. I'll watch my friends lose their livelihood. I'll just go along just in case that virus gets me. And I truly think that all those people that died in the trenches, that jumped off the ships and knew that they were probably never going to get across Normandy Beach, right? Those people never risked their lives for us to stay cowardly, holed up in our house, afraid to step out and connect and touch another person, share some good conversation, some laughs, some joy. And it's okay, whatever it is you're experiencing, because that's your experience. And that's something I've learned to do, is to stop judging what everybody else is experiencing. I just felt like the message came to me to get out to share, whoever needs to hear it, is if you're avoiding dying instead of living and embracing the experience, how's it working for you? And if you're okay with it, that's great. Just be okay that other people choose to live. And as we can love and respect each other, which is where I feel everybody's going, loving and respecting that everybody has a different perspective, a different belief system, a different reality, a different experience, then that is the new world that we're moving to. And it's going to be awesome. Co-creating, collaborating, new communities. That's what I see in our future. And I see that with many of the people that I'm associated with. How about you? Lots of love.